So I'm over at my neighbor's house. He's got a double vanity right here. You guys remember this, fixing this leak underneath this sink, and there's all these rusted parts. Well, today we are gonna be changing out the valves underneath here, right? Because we come over here to this one, you get up underneath here, look at that. This supply line is shedding stainless steel like a husky sheds hair, all right? It is all over the map. I mean, that's what a normal one looks like. That's what a sausage finger looks like. So we're gonna put new angle stops, new supply lines, and new escutcheons on today. So come along, let's get to fixing. This is his shutoff valve. It's inside of the coat closet downstairs by the front door. All right, they put these things in weird locations over my area. You wanna open some faucets, get some water draining. And so now we'll just open these up and it'll suck all the water out. Let's open old sausage line up. Oh my gosh, these valves are so hard. Oh gosh, I can't even open it. That stainless steel falling. So what we're trying to do is just click this off without damaging the pipe. These things, in my opinion, are always a little bit of a bear to get out. Good. I can just pop that out. With this scenario, they should have gave a little bit more of pipe. I don't like putting valves in like this. I think that you're screwing people up big time with doing this. Uponor, which is the company that makes this stuff, they want 2 inches back is where they want you to cut to put a new crimp ring on. Okay, I don't 100% know that we're gonna get 2 inches completely, but we're gonna give it a shot. Just get this sucked all the way up to the front. Okay, there we go. With how rusty this is, do not get underneath it directly. You don't wanna deal with none of that. All right, so I hope 1.5 inches is good. So then you're gonna take a PEX cutter, like this rigid PC 1250 here. I'm gonna go far back as I can, straight, while moving it, give it a snip. So that only took 1.5 inches off, but that's really what we had to spare. We've still gotta put a ring on this. And we'll do the same to the other side. Get up on here, you can see how ate up these valves are. Super duper hard to turn. Oh man. I bought some nice dull 1/2 inch iron pipe by 3/8 angle stops. Like no joke, these are made solid, sturdy. They're awesome. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna be putting in male adapters on here. That way, if there ever is an issue ever again, this is probably the way it should have been to begin with, is we're gonna have this hooked up, or it should have been on copper. Nobody thinks about maintenance until it's maintenance time, unfortunately. And so these fittings right here are actually type A expansion type PEX, okay? And that fitting is gonna take this PEX ring right here as the connection. So as we put these on each of these, we grab our Milwaukee PEX A expansion gun right here. Put this in here straight up and down. And just hold it for about 10 seconds. Right, you're not gonna be able to take that out ever again without cutting it out. About 9, 10, I think I did 11. So it will move on you for a little bit. Don't worry. And eventually it'll get to the point where it's not gonna move at all. And so now while those are firming up, I'm gonna put these 2 supply lines on right here. And if all you had was a little adjustable jaw, well, it's gonna work. Oh, that is a bummer, dude. They need to be 20s? Oh my gosh. Okay. So usually your angle stops are higher than this, and you don't have to buy an extra long supply line. That is a little error that I overlooked on both sinks. We'll have to go grab supply lines here in just a minute. that is all stainless steel. Yeah, I can just hear it flaking off, just even as I'm touching it. That's why I say you don't want to be underneath that. Mess around with any of that until this is out of here. So nuts, dude. Yeah, look at this. So you see all that? That is all stainless steel. I mean, that's a big size difference right there. Right, just how jacked up that is. Now let's repeat this process real quick on the other sink. With these old shutoff valves, these little copper split rings were gonna work. But because the PEX ring is actually right here at the wall, we got 3/4 inch split rings. You can take this, these are plastic, they're not gonna rust ever again. You can break this in half. Popped on, boom. Whew, professional. Looks way better now. And you can tighten that in place. Turn those on. Locks or whatever you can to get this tightened up. I'm gonna slowly open this valve up. We got water on the first floor, hot water flowing, and both the sinks up here. Now you can't hear any more water going through this gate valve, and it's gonna be super easy to open. Turn it the whole way to the left, and then once you reach the end, just go back a 1/4 turn, a 1/2 turn. That way this valve doesn't get stuck in the open position. You gotta get all up underneath here, check it all out, make sure there's nothing leaking, everything looks good. Fill and drain the sink a couple times. Just make it look pretty. Get her all cleaned up. We'll go to rock and roll.